What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today what we have special is we're gonna bring you to Taiwan. Sheesh! We're gonna be here for 2 weeks and today is day 1. It's already pouring rain out. So this is actually a family trip. Today we have with us my aunt, my brother, Susie, my dad in the back, and of course Eileen. The first stop we're going to is actually going to be Taiwan's most historic hotel, and we're going to have brunch there. This place is very nice, very red, very good fortune, right? Look at the flowers that they're just actually.
Those are real.
Yeah. So actually what I didn't know was this is actually a buffet. So I'm very excited. Look how excited she is too. And over here you can make your own noodle bowl. And then you got your roast ducks over here. You got some other meats. Sashimi over there. This is all the seafood. Alright, first round, I did maybe go for an overkill, but I gotta show you what I got. Sheesh! So you know, you gotta get the expensive stuff. So I got some sea bass and crab. I got the seafood, sashimi, and shrimp. And then this is all the other meats and stuff. First bite, all in one.
He just copies what I say. I should get paid.
I never had this type of crab before, but I do believe this is like a more of an Asian,
It's actually a shrimp. It's a lobster shrimp.
It's a lobster shrimp. Definitely more in the Asian country than in the States, but that's pretty good. It's called Dai Miao Sha.
What does it mean?
It means big shrimp.
No.
Alright, next we're gonna try is the shrimp. I'm pretty sure the shrimp is the same as any other cocktail shrimp that you'll find. Wow, you see this? This is the yummy good stuff right here. Alright, so because I have 4 shrimps, I'm just gonna try it just by itself before I dip it in some sauce. Pretty good, very fresh, very bouncy, so you know it's not like day old, it's like the day of par. Alright, next, I'm gonna add a little bit of wasabi and put it in some soy sauce. So soy sauce, gotta dip. Some wasabi right there. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's the way to go.
He's finally feeding me.
Alright, so round 2, of course you know I gotta get some other things I haven't tried, such as the Japanese egg tart, some cabbage, fish, and of course my favorite, the nudes. First thing first is the steamed thing. Cheers. Pretty good. The egg is nice and soft. They add some mushrooms for extra flavor. Yummy. Alright, and last but not least, my favorite, the noodles.
担担面. Whoa, big bites.
The noodle is nice and bouncy. The soup is not overpowering, but it is a strong flavor. And they also add these minced up, I think they're beef. So good, so good. Now we got the desserts. I'm most excited because you know I love sweets and there's so much different assortment on it. I am very, very excited. Alright, first thing is the creme brulee. Look at the way that the sugar crumbled when I broke into it. That is really good. The sugar on top is crunchy. The brulee part, super sweet, soft, complements each other the best. Last but not least, my favorite dessert of all time is gonna be ice cream. My personal favorite ice cream now is actually gonna be the affogato. Now, they don't have affogato, so I'm gonna do my makeshift by having an espresso and an ice cream to just dip it in.
And it was only like 400.
The ice cream flavor I got,
Right?
it's not vanilla. It's like caramel,
It matches perfectly.
brulee or something, or caramel something. But you know, the extra caramel flavor with the espresso, very nice. Alright, so after that buffet, we are now walking into the Taiwan National Museum. It's gonna be a lot of cool stuff to take a look at. Let's go on this ride. I think my dad told me that in this museum, they have two of the most rare sculptures in the country, which I believe is a cabbage shaped jade or jade shaped cabbage. And I think another sculpture made from jade, but I don't really know. But of course, I'm gonna go find it for you guys.
Thank you.
So I was just told that the jade cabbage has been lent out. So they don't have it in the museum anymore, but they have pork belly, jade pork belly. So that's what we're gonna find. Alright, and there's the pork belly. I thought it would be a lot bigger, but oh, there's the cabbage. Oh, there's the cabbage. Slow motion cabbage. Yeah, I think the cabbage would have been a little bit more impressive. But, fun fact, that pork belly is actually naturally formed, and obviously they just carved it into it, but the layers of the coloring is naturally formed, which is kind of cool. So, fun fact about the jade, as I just read on this wall right here, basically the cliff notes is, people believed in everything in terms of nature, earth, wind, fire, and amazing natural forces. And of course, with natural forces will form some type of mineral, which people will use that mineral to make tools like wood, stones, and etc. And also rocks, right? They also found the jade as one of those rocks which they made the minerals from, and then they also found it to be very beautiful and very strong. Now, in tough times, they would use these stones for whatever reason that they need, and they also realize when they do use these stones, their fortune of through using it makes their life exponentially better, or better fortune and better news comes to them. Therefore, they named it jade as a kind of extra phenomenon of almost like a belief that these give good fortune, and so therefore they start to kind of value this specific stone into the culture. So, fun fact about these drawings on these paper is that back then it's really rare for one person to meet the same person through their journey throughout all the lands. And so what would they do is they would write poems and paint these pictures and hang them on the specific place that they met as a memoir to that specific time that they enjoyed with each other. Alright, so right now we're just walking around trying to find a place to have dinner because our original plan was to go to Din Tai Fung, but the wait time is extremely long. So right now we're actually walking our neighborhood where we're staying at, and let me tell you, when we were walking here at around 7 a.m., everything was closed. And now that everything is open, it is popping. Everything's open, people are out and about, crazy. Alright, we stopped by this place called Dongming Dumpling Restaurant. From the name itself, I'm guessing that it's a dumpling specialty restaurant with, you know, other stuff such as noodles and other food, but I'm excited.
It's a dumpling house.
I'm excited to chow down. First thing we're having is this fillet fish with orange sauce, right? Let's give it a try.
It's like sweet sour.
It's so hot. It's like sweet and sour fish. Very good. Next is the kong ching cai, or in English is the water spinach. Or what's the other name?
Morning glory.
Morning glory. Oh, I loved eating these when I was growing up because the stem is like hollow on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, it's like hollow. So when you bite into it, it's kind of fun because you're just biting into a hollow stem. Very, very crunchy. They saute it with butter. Not butter, sorry. They saute it with garlic.
I don't like eating with one thing at a time.
Very nice. Very fresh and clean flavor. So the rest of the food came out. We got pork fried rice. We got the guo tiam, or the, what is it? Pot sticker. Pork pot stickers. And then we got the steamed dumplings, which are also inside pork. Pork steamed dumplings. First bite.
Do you like the fried or
Yeah, look how hot it is. You see that steam? No, you don't. But it's amazing. The bottom of the dumpling is super crispy, as it should be. The top, nice and chewy. Inside of the pork, delish, ton of flavor. Alright, next is the steamed dumpling, pork dumpling. Look at that steam. Jeez. Super duper hot. Let's give it a try. Very, very good. So the skin texture between the steamed and the pot sticker, I would say the steam is a little bit more doughy in a sense that like feel it stretch a little bit more than the pot sticker. Pot sticker is a little bit more dry. So it's definitely a texture thing. If you like it a little more crunchy, a little more dry, pot sticker is the way to go. If you like a little bit slightly more doughy, a little bit more chewy, then steamed dumplings is the way to go. What's up guys? It is a brand new day here in Taiwan. First things first is we're gonna go to a glasses store to get me some new glasses. And then we're gonna stop by a Xiaolongbao place for lunch and show you guys what is good around here. I'm very excited. Let's see which frame looks the best for me. I think this kind of frame looks really good, but I do want the very clear, bigger one to look as a new look. So we'll see what's over there. I know it's raining right now, but I wanted to show you the difference between last night of the same area and during the day. It's completely different. It is literally night and day. Not that many people out on the street. A lot of the stores are closed right now. Some of the restaurants and cafes are open, but it is definitely not as lively as it was at night. All right, so what do you guys think? I would like the transparency glasses, so let me show you. I think I want it a little bit bigger, but I feel like if I get it any bigger, it'll look a little too weird, almost like scientific goggles. So there's this one. This is also transparent on the side. I think this is definitely smaller than the previous one, but it does have the black over here. It is not as transparency. There's still a little bit of like a, I don't know, almost like a misty look. It's not fully transparent. What do you guys think? Alright, so we have a little time before dinner, so we're stopping by here at Emperor Foods, which they're known for their pork chops. So I'm very, very excited to try that out. I got my staple beef noodle soup. What'd you get?
I got they're known for their pork chop and rice.
Here's the rice, and then here's the pork chop.
The chop.
They got the same thing. Yes, sir. And Anne Maria got some noodle dish too.
With the pork chop.
With the pork chop. Let's try the broth first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The broth is super duper light, but extremely high flavored. The noodle's so nice and tender. Very cute. Let's try the beef.
Oh really? Not that cute. He's such a
That's good. Super tender also. It breaks off easily. Very flavorful. She's gonna try the pork chop.
That is so good. Salt and peppery. Only it feels like it's like lightly fried. It's not really overwhelming or overpowering.
All right, we are on our way to dinner. So what we are having is basically hibachi, but a little bit more bougie, fancier. I'm excited to see what we're having. It's actually going to be about a 30 to 40 minute train ride. So let's get to it.
No, not like this.
So as you can tell from the ingredients displayed just now, this place is definitely way fancier. I'm kind of excited.
Let me know what kind of soda they have.
下雨，但是去到那哪个地方都关门，所以我们就觉得怎么都这样，就我又再跑回来，就是其实很新鲜，尤其是海鲜的部分，所以是我。
First dish is a fried white fish. I don't know what type of fish it is. It looks like maybe a sea bass. The skin on top, super crispy. The fish, flaky, perfectly salted. Delicious. You know what I realized? Comparing this to hibachi is not exactly correct. I would actually compare this more to like omakase, but instead of having like sushi by one piece, it's like different courses, you know, throughout the whole meal. Next dish is hand-seared squid.
Grilled seared.
Grilled seared squid. Alright. That looks really nice. I personally love squid, so let's take a bite. This is good. The squid itself is not that tough, which is really good because the bigger squids usually are pretty tough if not prepared correctly. But this is actually pretty tender. With the additional topping of the scallion and the garlic on top, it really adds an extra flavor to this dish. Next dish is some type of pan-seared scallop with I believe maybe some type of potato chip in the middle, and the way that the chef wants you to eat it is you want to fold it with the nori seaweed almost like a sushi and eat it in one bite. For the fourth dish, what the chef did was he bought the oyster from Japan, or the oyster is from Japan, wrapped it in rice paper, and then put it on the grill and sauteed it, put it on a piece of bread, has some type of sauce between it, and then the instructions are to eat it with the bread. Alright, let's take a bite. Wow. The bread is super soft. The oyster is actually very light in flavor. It doesn't have that strong oyster taste, so it doesn't overpower the rest of the ingredients in this dish. I understand why he had to wrap it in rice paper, because if you pop the oyster on the grill And at that heat and that fast, it's gonna cook it and overcook it. But with this, the oyster is still very delicate in the mouth and it'll break very easily. Amazing dish. Fifth dish is of course the lobster. I'm gonna use my hands like a savage. Take that tail off. Oh, look at this.
Oh, it's like, it looks like a
lobster
honey
tail.
Dijon.
Look at all that meat. Nice and tender, very bouncy, nice lobster taste. Now let's dip it into, I believe the sauce is Dijon mustard. I usually don't really put anything on my lobster, maybe butter, but this honey mustard sauce was actually pretty interesting. I wouldn't really do it again, but it was good. Next, we got the steak. It is from Japan, but I'm not 100% sure if it's Wagyu or not. Can you confirm?
I said it's Wagyu.
Black beef. All right, let's give it a try. That's good. He only seasoned it with salt and pepper, the natural flavor of the beef. Super good. Very tender. Garlic also just melts in your mouth. Very nice.
就像小七没讲的文化。
Stores. That's why I started laughing.
The top part of the pancake is actually his logo, and then in between is red bean and ice cream. I'm gonna pick it up like a sandwich and bite into it.
You know, like the different, it's like the Hokkaido milk. It's more like.
The inside of this right here, of the top part, is actually very crunchy. So the top part is soft, the inside is crunchy, adds a nice texture to the cold ice cream and the sweet red beans. This is the best dessert ever. What a great way to end the night with an amazing food with an amazing chef at this restaurant. Now we're gonna go home, wind down, get some sleep, because tomorrow we're going shopping. I'll catch you there. What's up guys? It is a brand new day here in Taiwan. Finally, one of the days that are not raining. So today, hopefully, we can be more out and about, checking out some sightseeing stuff, go shopping, and even, hopefully, eat some street food. The first stop that we're having is actually called the Cinnamon Tree, which is a store near our B&B that are very famous for their bread. All right, what do you have right now?
A raisin brioche roll.
All right, take a bite.
Very good. Not too much cinnamon. Just enough. Hint.
All right, what do you have?
The banana bread.
Take a bite.
I already have 2 bites.
How is it?
Banana.
Banana. Smells good.
What do you have, Susie?
It's hers.
Oh, what do you have?
Gugu doesn't want it.
Chocolate banana.
Take a bite. Is it good?
This is the double cinnamon bun.
Take a bite.
Well, surprisingly not too sweet. I love cinnamon. I love cinnabons. Almost fell. Look at it, flaky, nice. Oh, isn't it good? Yeah, so good.
All right, so right now we're at Shi Min Ding, which is kind of like a very popular marketplace here in Taiwan. As you can see, there's a lot of street vendors. I believe today they're doing arts and crafts, but hopefully we can see some delicious food also. Now we're in the main streets of Ximen, and I gotta say, this is very similar to Times Square. A lot of people, A lot of stores, a lot of buildings. It's pretty cool. All right, what did we just get?
Are you gonna use
You can't tell, but this is a sticky rice bun with toppings and then a sausage on top.
Okay.
And how you're supposed to eat it, it's quite messy. So you're supposed to just twist. You're supposed to twist it up.
You can just
Here, wait, are you filming?
He is indeed. Twist. I don't know how we're gonna eat this because it's huge, but
you just
bite it.
we're just gonna.
bite
It's a messy thing. We're just gonna do it.
It's extremely hot, but first bite.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh wow. You can think of it like a regular hot dog, but 10 times better. The carb is actually rice,
sweet rice.
sweet rice.
Sticky rice.
The sausage is nice
Taiwan
and tender. We got bamboo shoots, pork floss, and what's the third one?
Pickled.
All right, pickled
Something.
bamboo. Amazing.
surprise you.
All right, we are now at a Shanghainese restaurant. It is on the Michelin Guide book thing, so let's see if it's good. So some of the appetizers have arrived, and the first thing that we're gonna try is the drunken chicken. So for this specific dish, they cook the chicken with wine. So you do taste a little bit of alcohol in it, but it shouldn't really have that much alcohol content since they cook it with the wine. But it is also a cold dish. Very good. You guys should give it a try. All right, all the previous dish before were actually cold dishes, and now the hot dishes are on the table. First things first is I'm gonna try the rice dish. What it is actually rice cakes, and then when that sauce was poured all over it, it kind of spreads apart, so it's not as clumped together anymore and acts as regular rice. Surprisingly, some of the rice cake is still crunchy. Next is gonna be the dumpling.
It's okay, that's enough for me.
It's veggies on the inside.
Thank
The
you.
skin of the dumpling is so nice and soft. It's not doughy at all. So good. Now, it's gonna be Eileen's favorite also, which is gonna be the pork belly. You can also get this a lot of places in the States, but of course we just like it so much, we had to get it here in Taiwan. Tender, fatty, but it's so good. Oh my god. I gotta show you what just arrived. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So Susie saw this picture on the menu and she was like, oh, that looks good. It turned out to be a ginormous chicken soup. Now we gotta try the chicken soup. Actually, this is like their in-house made from scratch, the most expensive one on the table. Let's try the broth first.
Actually, it's all about
It's super light, not as oily as you would think also, and the chicken flavor is not heavy. So you're not gonna be overwhelmed with that much meaty feel afterwards. Especially a pot that big, you don't want to anyways. Let's try part of the chicken.
one to eat it with, all different ways. So even sauce.
Good. Breaks super easily in your mouth. It is on the drier side, but that's a given with like a lot of chicken soups. The chicken will be dry, but it's okay because it's got the soup that comes with it. And what a great meal to end the day. And that is actually gonna be it for part 1 of our trip in Taiwan. Tomorrow, we're gonna head to Alishan and Sun Moon Lake. So that's gonna be a whole different video. So make sure to tune in for that one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.